Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Callaway. We're going to do a review today of the new Venditti Digital First issue 4. It's a part 1. Not really new, they've been out. I think they've been out in the Walmart books for a while, but now they're doing them digital. So I've read the first 3 and I keep meaning to do a review of them, but I keep getting sidetracked and I'll do a review, but seeing as they're a bit late, I'll start backwards. I'll go from issue 4 and then I'll do the others. But since issue 4 is a new one that just come out today, I'll do a review of it first. It's written by Venditti, and these books have been so good. I don't know how Bendis is still writing Superman in action when Venditti's books have just been proven in a few digital books to be so much better. You get heroism, you get the love between Lois and Clark, you get Lois being her usual self. It's just everything the Superman character and universe is about and what it stands for from its lore of 80 years. You get everything in these books, so they're really good. Just minimize this here. Browse page. So he's fighting the big gorilla, and it's what's his name? Titano. So this book is a part 1, so it sort of finishes on a cliffhanger, but it's about Lex Luthor. We all know what Lex is like. He craves attention. He's evil. He's twisted. He's diabolical. You know what Lex is like. He's like an ultimate chess player, I guess, but always loses to Superman usually. But I find with Lex, one thing I find with Lex, we all know that he's the diabolical, the super villain. But I find there's a part of his character that's like emotional and vulnerable, where it's like he craves attention and he needs attention. It's like he's, you know what I mean? It's like he's like lonely. He needs attention. He needs that fix of people loving him. He needs people to look up to him. So it's like it's a hard line between whether he's just egotistical and just narcissistic and self-centered, but then there's like the side of him where it's like, it's like, did your mother not love you as a baby? Did you not get attention when you were a kid? Do you need it now? Like, that's the one thing I love about Lex, is he's got all these different sides to his character. He's not just one-dimensional. He's just got so many different sides to his character that's just amazing. And Venditti really brings that out and brings out Superman and Lois. And in this one, Clark, he's facing off against Titano, and Titano he actually beats him. So we got Lex here. He's watching. He's like, it's everything. He's like, everything's coming into place. Everything's coming up for me. So Titano actually beats Superman, and Lex is here at last. The people realize they aren't protected as they believe. Metropolis isn't Superman's city anymore. So, so Superman actually gets beaten by the big gorilla, and Lex here somehow, with it under people's noses without people knowing, he's inked a contract with the Metropolis police where he's set up these security cameras everywhere around the city. Kind of like London would be, you hear about London's got the cameras everywhere. So he set up cameras on every street corner, but they, in times of need, they detect supervillains, and they attack and they take down supervillains. So you see here, the camera, it's detected, supervillain threat detected, and the people are like, oh look, the camera, and the camera transforms, and it shoots out these big laser beams, and it knocks the gorilla down and defeats the gorilla. So, Lex then he's the savior. People will look up to him. He's got his, he's getting his recognition that he craves. His the attention that he craves. So they got to figure out. They worked out that it's LexCorp. So all the people in the city just thought they were cameras. And then when they've transformed into these big blasters, they've said LexCorp, happy to secure Metropolis. So then they go on and they've got to work out what's going on. And they're at the Daily Planet here and they're trying to figure out. So maybe one of them can explain how the biggest story in Metropolis happened right under our noses. Now, your job is to find out how Lex Luthor's company scored a contract to provide technology, surveillance, and weapons to Metropolis PD. So they don't know how it's all happened. And that's basically the story. So that's how it ends. And Superman goes through a journey, and in this book, he starts to doubt himself that is Lex actually, does he have an ulterior motive? Does he have an angle, or is this just Lex truly trying to save the city? And in this book, when Lois and Superman or Clark are researching, investigating this, doing the reporting, Clark gets a call from an associate in Central City where the Flash is, and they've just arrested the prankster. And Clark said, well, that don't make sense. He's a Metropolis villain. And when he was arrested in Central City, he says that these new cameras and from LexCorp and stuff detecting supervillains have made it too hard to be a criminal. So criminals are leaving Metropolis, and they get where is it? This page here. And they said LexCorp tech is everywhere. It monitors day and night. And it's just confirming the statistics with Metropolis PD. There hasn't been a supervillain event in 11 days. Did Lex just solve the supervillain problem for me? And he's like, looks like Superman's out of a job. So now they're actually wondering if Lex doesn't have an angle, if Lex has actually just saved the supervillain crisis, what Superman couldn't do, has been doing for 80 years, but Lex has done it with these cameras. So we go to this last page. So these cameras, they detect supervillains, and then they transform and they blast them and do all that sort of thing. But then this guy here, so Clark's going to get some air, and this guy here has walked out on the top corner here. He's walked out from a diner, and he's walked out and hasn't paid his check. So he's not a supervillain. He's just left without paying his check for a couple of bucks. So this camera has detected supervillain. Meanwhile, he's not a villain. He's just skipped out on his check, which I'm sure it's not legal and it's not the right thing to do. But it's not exactly supervillainy. And then Clark actually interferes, and then it detects Clark as a supervillain for interfering with law enforcement, and then it blasts them. So then the next issue is a city versus Superman. So this is so obviously now Lex's tech and cameras are failing because they see supervillains everywhere. So it's going to become dangerous. So it's going to be interesting to see what the next issue is. But really good books. These 4 digitals by Venditti have been great. Like everything Superman is about, the whole Superman universe has been in these books, and the art's fantastic, and can't wait to see what the next one is. So yeah, guys, if you haven't read them, be sure to read them. They're only 99 cents American and $1.50 Australian, so be sure to read them and see what you guys think. They're much better than the main title, Action and Superman by Bendis. They're just awful, but these are really good. They're worth the money, and check them out. That's the video, guys. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell for notification. Trying to get the word out there, new channel, and appreciate your support. So that's it, guys. See you next time.